Okay, in the following video, we are going to complete shape 1 asymmetrical ice cream cone shape. That was the best name I could come up with. So, this sketch is we're going to be using the arc tool for the first time, using dimensional constraint, and even some geometrical constraints in the process of completing this object. So in your assignment, I give you this screenshot with the dimensions. And this is an example of like what your screenshot will look like. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine. I'm kind of going to be just looking for the dimensions to be properly applied and the general shape. So let's go over to Onshape. Um, and we're going to start with the sketch. We're just going to create a sketch on the front face. So click sketch, click front, and let's toggle over to the front of it, okay? And then we're going to start with some lines and then one arc, all right? So you can see here that I basically drew a triangle. So I'm going to start with a line. I'm going to draw out a bit and then go up a bit and then go up here. As you can see here, the only dimension showing is this 3 is the length of this. So I just used the line to draw that general triangle shape, and then I'm going to go here, click dimension. I'm going to make that 3. So one of the nice things, again, with Onshape is that it takes those lines with it, and it kind of assumes you want it to be put together. If for some reason it doesn't do what you wanted, you may have to delete certain lines and redraw them. So, another thing here is that I have an angle dimension here. And so when you go to dimension things, you can actually click on, see how it's starting to do the 3 again, but if I click this other line, it'll actually do an angle. So not only can you define lengths, you can even define angles between lines, which is really cool. We're gonna make this 20. Okay, so go ahead and click in there and make it 20. All right, and then what it's gonna do is it's gonna adjust this slightly. Again here, for some reason, if your triangle like rotates off the horizontal, just make sure that 3 length is maintained. Since we defined it should be maintained. But if this comes off the horizontal, remember you can use that horizontal geometric constraint, and you can select it and set that line up and make sure that it stays like that. So the last thing we do is apply the arc. We're going to use a 3-point arc. So we've got line, rectangle, circle, and then our arcs. There's different arcs you can use. We're going to use the 3-point. I like using the 3-point the most when it comes to sketching an Onshape. When we select that, what you want to do is the 3 points are the endpoints and then the like radius point. So I'm going to click here, here, and then I'm going to move my mouse out until it snaps to tangent. Okay, what that looks like is that those corners highlight with that kind of orangish square, and then I click. You can even see there it had defined the radius at 0.513 as it's supposed to be according to our assignment here. Okay. But if we don't know for sure, again, we can snag that dimension tool. Because this is like has geometrical constraints on it, we're just gonna leave it at 0.513. So now we've got our shape, okay? And you guys can go ahead and screenshot that and put it in your assignment.